Hi, I'm Nigel Blieschke. I'm the Chief Viticulturalist here at Torbreck Vintners. Torbreck Vintners is based in the Barossa Valley in South Australia. We're a super premium producer of Shiraz, Grenache, Mourvedre and other Rhone varietals here in the Barossa. We work with some of the oldest vineyards of Shiraz, Grenache, Mourvedre and Semillon in the world. And so we produce a range of wines that retail from $30 to about $850 per bottle. Given that we work in a really quite a dry environment, our average rainfall is around 520 millimetres per year, so that's around 21 inches per year. I guess how do I define irrigation? A failure in irrigation management is, being a dry environment, if we lose canopy to water stress, that is definitely a failure. I guess we have a number of vineyards on some really shallow soils that if we don't have irrigation management right, the vines defoliate, which leads to a lower quality grape. So that's, I guess I had it in when I started with the company in 2015. The vineyards that I was working with were quite in a poor state, had been run down, hadn't had a lot of investment, and we had a number of vineyards that were defoliating prematurely before harvest, and so that's when I really began looking at what options, irrigation management options I had to try and improve the outcomes. So when I started working with Swan, we had some problem blocks that were struggling, and they were losing their canopies pretty early. And so we started working with the guys at Swan, discussing how we could better manage irrigation. And so when we started to look at crop coefficients and look at drawing all in the data that we were collecting around soil moisture, I guess it really helped us track where the vines were at and where the soil moisture was at. So again, I think it allowed us to make better decisions around irrigation, and we were able to fine tune the system to align with our aspirations. And when I say aspirations, the wines that we're looking to produce are on our descendant vineyard where we're working with Swan. We sell our descendant Shiraz for $150 a bottle. The block that we were struggling with was making a $30 bottle, and often wasn't quite good enough for that. So our aim was not to potentially use more water, but was to try and improve the wine quality. So working with the guys at Swan, we were able to actually really target irrigation to maintain better canopy cover, and also maintain or improve wine quality. One of the main issues we have at the moment is climate. Climate change is leading to more variable weather conditions. We're getting mini droughts, we're getting heat waves. One of the difficulties of being a vineyard manager is actually being able to react quickly to these events and understanding how to manage these events. With a system like Swan, it allowed us to use the data that we were collecting and predict forward when we're going to need irrigation. So with the vineyards that we were working with, they would go into water stress very quickly. So the Swan system allowed us to monitor how the vines were performing and predicted when we were going to need to irrigate. So this allowed us to use the data that we were collecting and make really good management decisions around irrigation, rather than guessing. It's very easy to throw lots of water at a vineyard, and you can definitely make the vineyard look really healthy. But from a wine quality perspective, the wine quality suffered. So a system like Swan allowed us to still maintain quality, but also maintain vineyard health. And it also, because of its predictive ability, it worked very well for us in terms of getting the quality outcome we required, but also maintain vine health and yield. Being in viticulture, you know, it's a slow process of, you know, you grow the grapes, they make the wine, but we don't generally release it until 12 months after. I guess, so it's a bit of a waiting game. So I think initially we started to see differences in the vineyard in terms of canopy health was better. You know, as I mentioned in the past, some of the vineyards had defoliated quite early, and so our initial, you know, view was that we'd improved our canopy health, but over the last couple of years, we hadn't really seen the outcome in the wine. This year has been a real, I guess, we've seen the wines that we produce from the vineyards that we're running with Swan, and I'm happy to say that we've achieved some targets. So we've moved particularly one younger vineyard from a $30 bottle to a $150 bottle. So I guess, you know, the opportunity that really encourages us that we're comfortable with the system. It works, the functionality of it is really good. So again, it's given us confidence to go forward with it. We're very comfortable with where our settings are that actually relate to the way we grow grapes. So I think, you know, we're seeing the wine quality outcomes that we were aiming for. I guess we've achieved our goals, which was to again make our vineyards healthier and produce the quality grapes that we wanted.